What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video on Need for Speed Heat, and for this we're going to show you the fastest way to get to Heat 5 and get your ultimate parts from both the Heat 3 and the Heat 5 race in like 15 minutes. All right, let's go. All right, before we get into it, let's talk about the build first. So I like using this Subaru. This is the 2010 hatchback Subaru. You can use whatever car you like or you feel comfortable with, but this particular build is one that I really appreciate for nighttime driving. It's controllable, it actually drifts really well, it accelerates away from cops pretty well, and I think it's just overall a solid build. Now, I'm guessing you're watching this video because you're level 50, you're ready to get your ultimate parts, but you're struggling getting to Heat 5 without taking a bunch of damage. So I'm going to show you how to get to Heat 5 without taking damage, and then show you how to get to those Heat 3 and Heat 5 races and finish those and get back to the garage, hopefully within about 15 minutes of gameplay. So starting with the build, this particular Subaru needs the 4.4 liter V8. This is the best engine for the car, and you're going to have Elite Plus parts with the Elite Dual Turbo. For the NOS, you always want these smaller tanks, multiple smaller tanks. For this one, 4x3 pound NOS. And then for the chassis, you're looking at Super Track suspension, sport brakes, Elite race tires, Elite Plus clutch, Elite Plus 8-speed gearbox, and the Super Track differential. Now, for the auxiliaries, I recommend two things. The first one, repair kits. If you have the Elite repair kits, that's the best one because it gives you 2 of them. And then for the other auxiliary, you can kind of choose what you think is more important to you. I like using radar disruptor because I like betting on not being caught. Radar disruptor actually interferes with the police radars, making it a little bit easier for you to stay out of sight. Whereas if you use the damage reduction, that means you're betting that you're gonna get hit. And that's okay. If you feel like you're getting hit too much and you want to reduce that damage taken, go ahead and go for the damage reduction. I personally like the radar disruptor. Anyways, to start this method, you need to open up your map. You need to look for your Heat 5 and Heat 3 races. So go to night. We've got Heat 5 right here in downtown Palm City, and we've got Heat 3 over here at Maori Venture, which is sort of near Port Murphy, which is actually really perfect for this scenario. Sometimes these races are all over the place, in which case you'll have to have a little bit of a different strategy, but this one is going to work perfectly for the purposes of this video. Now, you can fast travel directly from the garage. Look at, I'm in my map, go to night, fast travel directly from the garage, and it'll put you in Port Murphy. That's where you want to start this. We're going to start by jumping the containers and going through a speed trap and getting to Heat 4. Now, the reason Heat 4 and not 5 is because once we're at Heat 4, we're going to take the Heat 3 race. And when we take the Heat 3 race, that'll put us at Heat 5. And the Heat 3 race, let me show you. The Heat 3 race ends us in Mendoza Keys, which is not that far from Palm City. So we'll get to Heat 4. We'll go to the Heat 3 race. We'll race that, get more rep. We'll be at Heat 5. Then we go over to the Heat 5 race and complete that. And this one ends us down in Port Murphy again, so we can easily escape the cops down at the containers and get back to the house, like I said, hopefully in about 15 minutes. Let's see what we can do. So start out right here on the south side or north side of the containers, I forget, and get yourself up to 180 miles an hour to hit this speed trap. Then you go around these containers and jump up onto this one here. It has a jump on top of it. 3-star the jump. And then you're going to want to go back around this way. You need to get a little bit of speed to make sure you hit that speed trap again. I usually use 1 NOS here and 1 NOS right before the jump, but the one before the jump is not really that necessary. So let's get to 180, hit the speed trap, go around the containers, and you're back at your jump. So now we're already Heat 1. Let's see what we can do here. There we go. 3 stars on the jump. Again, go around this area, get some speed. And we're off to the speed trap again. In fact, I'm going to fast forward the video because this is just going to be the boring part of it. But you notice there's not really any cop interference, and we're hitting the speed trap with a lot of speed, 184. And we're getting 3 stars on both. That's what you want to do. All right, only a couple minutes in, and you can see we're already at Heat 3. So this is a very effective method to getting to Heat 5. We're going to go just a couple more jumps and a couple more speed traps, and we'll be at Heat 4. This happens very, very fast. And you can see my damage meter. I have not taken a single point of damage at this point, and I'm already at heat 3. So if I wanted to, I could go do the heat 3 race, but I think it doesn't give enough rep to actually get to heat 5. So we're gonna just wait and get to heat 4 first, and then we will run over to that heat 3 race. All right, almost there. I think we only need like one more jump and one more speed trap, and we should have it. Let's see. You can see we do have some police intervention, but not really that big of a problem. So far, we're at, there we are. We're at heat 4, but so far it's been relatively, you know, quiet. This one I might hit a container. Oh, almost. All right. Now, another key to this is you're in solo mode, because it allows you to do this, which is to open the map when nothing is going to attack you. You can just relax, plan out your next move, figure out where you're going. And in this case, I'm going to set a marker on the heat 3 race. Now, notice we do have some cops that are around, but nobody is actually chasing us right now. So we have a good opportunity. Instead of taking this route, which takes us near these cops, we're going to go straight this way and up this hill instead. I'm still going to have the marker on there because the route will, you know, adjust if we go this direction. So here we go. It's important to be careful while you're driving to the next race. You don't want to take any unnecessary damage. The cops are going to be annoying enough. So just be careful. You don't have to go fast everywhere you go. It doesn't have to be full throttle. Just get there safely. All right. Here we are at the heat 3 race in just a matter of minutes. Let's race it. Now, with high heat races, you have to remember that you have to get at least 5th place to get your parts. You cannot have a really poor race. And you're going to be up against some tough competition because the heat races are based on your own level, your own car level. So whatever your level is, that's the level of your opponents. So here, you notice I'm being really safe. I'm not really pushing the issue. I'm not trying to pass them right away. I'm just waiting for that particular moment where I had an opportunity to pass. You just need to not hit other cars. Just stay safe in these races. Now we got a lot of cars coming at us. I'll just go ahead and dodge all of that and just keep driving. Big old mess avoided. One thing you got to get used to is while you're racing, keep an eye on your mini map. It'll help you a lot with what's coming in front of you, like you know, cops or different racers or turns. You know, this really does help you a lot. The mini map gives you a ton of information. I strongly recommend paying attention to it as much as you can. Notice we still haven't taken a lick of damage yet. Hopefully we can get through this whole thing without doing that. That'd be great if I got through the entire video without taking one tick of damage. That is my goal at this point. I'd like to do it as close to that as possible. So I want you guys to know that it is possible to race at night and not have any issues. Takes a little bit of time and understanding. Like, this is a blind hill. You know someone is going to be on the right side in the lane. This is a sort of blind corner. You have to make sure that you're prepared for someone to be coming up this hill. I don't see any cops at this point, so we're looking good. Now, by doing this race, we are going to get a high heat part. And we're also going to get to heat 5. All right, almost done. 94%. Ooh, I almost hit that car. I tried really hard not to hit that car. I did not want to take any damage. We have a huge lead on the AI, so it was worth it for me just to do that. We don't have any cops on us. All right, heat level 5, just like I thought. And we earned that volatile part. So as you can see on the map, we've got our ultimate part right there. And we need to get to this location here to race that Heat 5 race. We've got a cop coming up here that's probably going to hit this intersection at the exact same time that we are going to get there. So I recommend possibly going over this dirt. Let's just see what happens. We might just wait for the guy or go into this neighborhood here and let him go. There's no need to rush on this part. We'll just dip over here and go behind him. He made the right hand, which is great for us. He's far enough away now and we can continue. Easy peasy, man. You just got to outsmart these cops. They're programmed. They're just AI. It's not hard. We can always just cut across here to get to this next race. Keep an eye on the mini map, especially when you don't have cops on you. It's important to know where they are and where they're spawning. They will spawn on your navigation route sometimes. So that's just something to pay attention to. Notice I'm constantly looking at the mini map while also not running into stuff. It's important not to run into stuff. It's a big key here. All right. Heat 5 race. Let's get it. All right. Again, this race, the key is to be patient with these AI. They will make mistakes. They will hit traffic. They will be in your way. They don't care which way you're going. So you got to be careful. Just let them do their thing. Don't rush it. Don't hold the throttle all the time. You don't have to go all super fast. See, like this guy. That turn is particularly hairy as well. Easy to run into that wall. All right, let's stay safe here. Generally, I don't recommend driving on the opposite side of the road because you take a lot more damage with a head-on collision than you do if you run into the back of a car. I would, if you have the choice ever, run into the back of the car. It's so much more, or so much less damage for you. Look how patient I'm being. I'm not forcing the issue. I'm not trying to pass this guy here. This is a very dangerous section of road. There's a lot of traffic, and I don't even need to win this race. I just need to get 5th. See, like this? I had to go out into the grass because he almost hit traffic, which would have really messed me up. Oh, and he just got destroyed by that cop. And we've got ourselves a helicopter because it is a Heat 5 race. So let's see what happens here. Be careful around those blind turns, and look at that. Just the patience has already paid off. We are in first. We're in first, and we have a little bit of a gap. It's super easy. 85%. We haven't even really been trying. Now we've got a Rhino, so we need to make sure we don't hit this guy. Dodge him. There we go. Again, you're just trying to get 5th. Don't worry about winning. Even though I think we will win this, and we do. Now here's the nice thing. Check this out. We're right here at Port Murphy. This is the best place to escape. So we just go right over here. Back to our little jump. And guess what? Not only, we didn't even have to sit up here. We're escaped already. Let's get back to the house with our 2 ultimate parts. It's right here. We didn't even take 1 lick of damage at all. We're back at the garage, and this whole video from showing the build is only 17 minutes and 57 seconds, 18 minutes, and I spent the first couple of minutes talking about the build. This is the fastest way to get your ultimate parts, is doing what I just did right now. Keep it cool, calm, don't go too fast. Just pay attention to the road, look at the traffic. Don't force the issue. You only have to get 5th in these races. It's not that hard. And if you use the container jump and speed trap trick, you can get these parts super fast. This will probably take you 10 minutes if you're really just, you know, focusing on it and you're not making a video like me. Anyways, Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this has helped. You just got 2 new high heat rewards if you follow this method. And if you have any questions about it, you can send me a DM on Instagram or Discord. I read every single message that comes my way. My job is to help you guys get better at these games and to get faster at racing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.